Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to day 3 of Advent, Celtic Advent. Today is November 17th, and today's feast or saint is surrounds Columba, Saint Columba. For a phrase, I saw a star fall into the Western Sea, which when I vetted the AI that was written by Grok, I could not find the original source of that. So that seems to be a hallucination made by AI, but I do think it captures a bit of the spirit of St. Columba and how he was remembered. So what we know of Columba comes from things that were written after he died. There was something written a few years after he died, 3 or 4 years, and then that work was later used about 100 years later when somebody wrote a more complete remembrance of St. Columba or Colum Cille. And so, the idea of of how Iona was founded through Columba traveling in exile from Ireland, and his work with the Druids and with the Picts, all of that is sort of captured in those texts. And Hollywood didn't exist, but Hollywood existed. So, we're not quite sure what all of it is absolutely true because there's lots of different stories. One of my favorite stories is that this is the first account of the Loch Ness Monster, that Colum Cille banished a sea monster with the sign of the cross, and that's what converted the Picts. There's examples of him raising the dead. There's examples of him turning water into wine, like Jesus at Cana. There's these different stories. So, which of them are true and which of them are fiction, I leave that up to you. But it is true that, Colum Cille founded Iona, the Abbey on Iona, and that is where we see the birth of Christianity and the spreading of Christianity through the pagan traditions that had existed before through figures such as the goddess Bridget and the Cairn. So I think today's message is very interesting because it makes us think about the reasons that people go into the world to do work, to do good work, and then the legacy they leave behind, right? So early in my career, one of my favorite leaders, Maggie McMenamin, said, she always used to say, it doesn't matter what people think about you when you're in the room. It matters what they think about you after you've left. And she didn't mean a specific room. She meant like if you are at a school and then you leave and you go to another school, the legacy you leave behind. And that is very true. And that is very true of Columba. And it's also true of Mary, Jesus's mother. The hymn that we listen to today for today's reflection is a hymn to Mary. It's sung in Latin. It's a Catholic hymn, and it's sung before sunrise during Advent, and it's sung all in candlelight, and it's about Mary's role in bringing this light to the world. And if you think about it, like, Mary didn't sign up for this, right? Mary didn't say, like, hey, I want to be I want to carry the Son of God, come here, I want to be the bearer of that, right? She was told that she was going to carry the Son of God. And so this idea, this reverence that we have for her, because she willingly, took on this task that she didn't ask for, right? And, thinking about Colum Cille, like, he had to leave Ireland. He probably never wanted to do that, but he had to leave Ireland because of the wars that started over him copying the Psalter. So he didn't ask for that, but he went willingly, and he went into the unknown. Mary went into the unknown. I mean, can you imagine, you're going to have a baby. It's going to be God's baby. Like, can you imagine? I mean, all the thoughts that went through her head, can't even imagine, right? So it's really, as we prepare for this light, it's also preparing for a willingness to do what God asks us to do, to bring light into the world. So, we carry our candles, through lots of storms, and we have to, hold on tight. Sometimes we have to relight the flame, but we're asked to do things. And sometimes we don't understand them, right? I'm sure Mary didn't really understand. I'm sure Colum Cille, he was a monk, so he knows what monks do, but I'm sure he didn't understand what road was laying ahead for him, but he did it willingly, and we're asked to do that willingly. And as we think about the approaching light, and as we think about the light of the world, what can we do to help prepare the way? What can we do? What are we being asked to do? So so today, our prayer that we say 3 times also comes from the Carmina Gadelica on the 138th prayer. We say it 3 times. Kindle thou in my heart a flame of love to my neighbor, to my foe, to my friend, to my kindred all. Kindle thou in my heart a flame of love to my neighbor, to my foe, to my friend, to my kindred all. Kindle thou in my heart a flame of love to my neighbor, to my foe, to my friend, to my kindred all. Amen. So the journal prompt for today is where in your body do you feel the fallen star burning tonight? So I don't know exactly what that means, but I think what I'm going to journal about is, where do I see God calling me to shine light, in the world? What journey am I embracing or embarking on? What unknown am I going into that I really have to rely on God's light? And where does that light reside inside of me? Is it something in my head? Is it something in my heart? Is it something in my soul? The Gaelic phrase today is, I am placing my soul and my body in the service of God, right? And then I will include this link to this beautiful, beautiful hymn that's sung in Latin and really is beautiful. So I will put a rock in here with the sign of a cross to add to the cairn of days. And I am wishing you all the very best in light and love. Be well. Take care. See you tomorrow.